Hey guys, it's Nicholas here from upgradetolife.com and welcome to this quote of the week video. And without any delay, let's just dive straight into this quote. I want to read it to you and then explain it in more details. And this is what Neville Goddard said. You rise to a higher level of consciousness by taking your attention away from your present limitations and placing it upon that which you desire to be. Do not attempt this in daydreaming or wishful thinking, but in a positive manner. Claim yourself to be the thing desired. I am that. No sacrifice, no diet, no human tricks. All that is asked of you is to accept your desire. If you dare to claim it, you will express it. So this is really straight to the point, really clear instructions as we usually note from Neville. And let's go more into this quote right now. I want to explain you some of the really important aspects of it. Now, first of all, he said that you rise to a high level of consciousness by taking your attention away from your present limitations, right? So you can't elevate, you can't internally shift to a higher level of being, you can't assume a higher concept of yourself, a higher state, another identity, if you're constantly taking your cue from the current limitations, from the current facts of life, from, this world telling you, this is who you are right now, this is who you are right now. And as long as you're taking your cue from that, you just stay in a perpetual, in a sense, loop and cycle, but you can't really, gain new experiences only when you rise to a higher level of consciousness, right? And we do that by placing our attention, right? By placing our focus, our awareness, our imagination on that which we desire to be. But if you place your attention again and again and again on what is, and that is, and these are the facts, and they're telling you that you can't do this, and on your present limitations, like I just said earlier, you can't make progress. It will be very slow. But if you leave that behind, you don't focus your attention on that again, you let the facts be the facts for a second, you don't fight them, you acknowledge them, but you maneuver internally, you make inner movement in a new identity, in a new state, right? And you place your attention on what you desire to be, that is how you rise. That is how you assume a new state of consciousness, which we know by now from Neville's teachings is of course always expressed in our world. That new level of consciousness that we're in right now. And the instruction here is also that we should not attempt this in daydreaming and wishful thinking, because there is a huge difference in wishful thinking and daydreaming versus a controlled imaginal act, for example, versus a controlled intention or a controlled conscious claim and assumption of now being in a certain state. Because if you daydream and have wishful thinking, it's like you construct states and possibilities, right? You kind of become aware of them, but you're not actually occupying them and making them natural. So daydreaming and wishful thinking can lead to a lot of emotions, a lot of euphoric feelings about a certain desire, a certain version of you, but you are not actually occupying it. You are not actually fully shifting into it, right? It's like you're here right now, you want to be here and you constantly daydream about it and say, oh, it would be so nice if I could have this. It would be so nice if that someday could be me, if I would have this desire. You daydream, but it's actually not certain to you, not natural, not you're not convinced of it, you're not in this state of knowing, right? So we should not attempt this shift and placing our attention on who we desire to be, on what we desire to have via daydreaming and wishful thinking, but it's more about claiming it, occupying it, daring to assume, but imagining as though we are. That is how we really make this subtle, deeper shift happen. And like Neville's also saying, right, there is no sacrifice needed. There are no human tricks needed. You don't have to suffer for something. You don't need to exhaust yourself in a sense for it. Because, again, remember, this world is taking place within you, within your awareness, in your internal world. Meaning, when you want to make a change, when you want to go from this level to that level, you don't have to find an external way on how you can bridge the gap. It's more so that you internally align yourself with the level that you want to be at, that has more money, that is happily partnered, that is in your desired relationship, that is healthy, that has X, Y, and Z. So you make it internally, first of all, natural and certain. So you internally dwell in the wish fulfilled, and then your circumstances can confirm that, which is only what they can do. They can only confirm where you stand within right now. So therefore, you don't need any tricks. You can't mock all of this, the game of life. You can't mock how reality creation and manifesting works. Either you play with the rules, or you will continue to suffer the consequences of not applying it consciously. And that is, of course, not what we want to teach here on this channel. I want to help you to get conscious control of your life and consciously assume the states and shift into the states, change your self-concept, select new identities that come with these goals and desires that you want to see manifested, right? And the summary is all that is asked of you, right? Usually we think, oh, I need to do this, and that. I need to find a way. I need to get clear of the right actions. I need to have a clear strategy. I need to have a manifesting routine. Pause all of that, because all that is asked of you is to accept your desire, right? Accept it as done. Believe it is true. And how can we do that? By imagining it, right? By experiencing it within. I have a video called How to Believe in Your Desire Against All Odds, even if you can't believe it. I will link this one above right now, because that is all that is asked for, right? That we accept the fact that we are it right now. And you are it already right now. Otherwise, you couldn't even desire it. So desiring is basically hidden identity. I have a video on this too. Your desire is your hidden identity. Really important, because again, when you desire it, that means it is already available. But it can't be manifested if you don't occupy and assume and dare to live in that new identity. Make that shift happen. But imagine that you are already there. Imagine that you already have it. And if you dare to claim it, you will express it. That is the consequence of that inner shift if you do it correctly. And if that sounds too overwhelming and like, oh, but how can I imagine it correctly? Check out the free masterclass in the video description and pinned comments. In there, I give you a really straight to the point explanation on how you can shift into the version of yourself that is unstuck, that is clear, and that also, comes with the manifestations that you're after. And if you need more help with that and you want to implement those teachings in your life, then check out the second link in the video description and pinned comments, where you can apply for a call with me in case you want to work with me. Okay, so that's it. Again, you don't need to work out ways. You don't need to suffer for your manifestation. You don't need to exhaust yourself and try harder and try harder and try harder. All of that will just result in, manifesting more trying, manifesting more being burned out. Instead, turn fully within. This is your only reality. This is always the cause. Accept your wish fulfilled within. Align yourself internally to the state, to the level where you already have it, where you already are it, right? And that can happen via an imaginal scene that implies you have it. That can happen via any tool that helps you to feel the wishes fulfilled. And as soon as it is fulfilled within, your external world will mold and reshuffle and shape itself to confirm that which you now have alive within yourself. That's the main premise. All right? So let me know your feedback and questions in the comments, and I speak to you in the next one. Bye, guys.